the Fire TV home screen might look a lot different to cord cutters. Amazon's been releasing and iterating on its Fire TV streaming gadget line for 6 years. Now it is constructed into numerous TVs and bought in sticks and cubes. However, one fixed has remained: a bloated, ad-filled person interface that lags behind the competitors. Not anymore, although. The rollout for what the corporate is asking the new Hearth TV expertise has begun, with assist coming to almost all Hearth TV merchandise by early 2021, excluding first-generation Hearth TV and Hearth TV stick units. Amazon's said purpose is to make it quicker and simpler to search out what you wish to watch with various quality of life upgrades. I used to be capable of take a look at the interface overhaul and am happy to report it is a noticeable improve, although not one without some kinks to iron out sooner or later. The good, horizontal format, Reside TV integration, profiles. Previous to this replace, the Hearth TV interface had a half-dozen tabs on the prime of the display for issues like films, TV reveals, and apps. There was additionally a house display that type of vomited all of these issues out collectively based mostly totally on what you had been watching lately, with advertisements for Prime Video reveals and films taking over a ton of area on the highest half of the display. You will nonetheless get a scrolling choice of well-timed advertisements on the prime of the display now. However, Amazon condensed everything else into simply 4 tabs within the center part: Library, Dwelling, Discover, and Stay. Scrolling to any of those tabs will unfold their contents onto the underside half of the display. Onto the suitable of those tabs is a customizable row of 6 apps, together with a button taking you to each app you could have put in and one other one for the settings menu. Assuming you solely ever want 6 apps for everything you watch, that is nice. Your necessities won't ever be greater than a few directional button presses away. Amazon additionally included one thing referred to as app peeks that may preview and style reveals and films inside supported apps like Hulu and Netflix within the backside space if you happen to scroll over them in the primary app bar. In the event you see the primary The Lord of the Rings film hanging out down under as you scroll previous Hulu, simply spotlight it and you can begin watching it straight from the primary menu, for instance. The Library tab is fairly self-explanatory, because it's the place you go to search out any films or reveals you've got bought digitally from Amazon. I've solely ever purchased John Wick Chapter 3 that means, so it is good to have a devoted part only for once I wish to see the cool fight in the knife museum from the start of that film. It is referred to as having priorities, of us. The Discover tab can also be easy, providing you with methods to go looking by primary classes like films and TV, and extra particular ones like documentaries, sports activities, and so forth. It ought to go without saying that you could additionally search utilizing Alexa voice instructions, which is at all times going to be quicker than typing one thing out utilizing a streaming distant. Dwelling operates equally to the way it did earlier than, providing you with a smorgasbord of apps you've got used lately, sponsored content material, and suggestions based mostly in your watch historical past. It is nonetheless just a little busy for my tastes. However, the truth that you will get by without ever even it because of the brand new app bar negates most of my complaints. Lastly, the Stay tab bundles collectively no matter Reside subscriptions you log into on the Hearth TV gadget so that you needn't open these particular person apps. For instance, I logged into my Sling account so I can enter a primary channel information straight from the Hearth TV menu and discover one thing to look at without going by the trouble of opening Sling. That is truly an enhancement over my favorite streaming gadget and interface this 12 months, the Chromecast with Google TV, because the Reside TV tab there solely helps YouTube TV in the meanwhile. The dangerous, small principal app Pro, distinguished SpawnCon. I haven't got plenty of gripes with the brand new Hearth TV interface, however there are nonetheless a few issues I want had been higher. First up is the omnipresent horizontal app row, which as I've beforehand said is a superb addition that speeds issues up tremendously. Sadly, 6 slots simply is not sufficient to work with relying in your particular person wants. It is in all probability simpler if you happen to or not a sports activities fan, However, my must-have ESPN and Fox Sports activities be rapidly accessible means I actually solely have 4 slots for normal streaming providers. This is without doubt one of the areas that place the Chromecast with Google TV nonetheless outpaces Hearth TV. That gadget's interface offers you a minimum of twice that many dwelling display slots for its horizontal app row, so there is no actual comparability. That stated, Amazon's saving grace here's a part for apps you've got used lately within the dwelling tab. In the event you've used something that could not match within the app row, it will a minimum of be pretty simple to get to that means. Even that is not without issues, nonetheless. It's important to scroll down previous a large horizontal scroll of sponsored content material within the dwelling tab to enter your latest apps. Sure, you'll learn that proper, SponCon is given precedence over one thing as primary as listed below are the previous few apps you used. I do not care if Purple Bull paid Amazon to promote Purple Bull TV on my dwelling display. Put that someplace else. Other than these 2 quibbles, I will give Amazon credit score for a largely clever Hearth TV redesign that lets customers minimize to the chase quicker than they might earlier than. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe. Don't forget to share.